Thinking back to when I first started using Lightroom and Photoshop, the one thing that I found really confusing is which program to use in which situation. Both of these programs edit photos, both of them do a lot of the same things, so which one should you choose? Now, if you haven't even purchased one of the Creative Cloud subscriptions yet, then you may be wondering, do I even need Photoshop, or can I just use Lightroom and vice versa? Now, one of the most popular plans for photographers and photo editing is the photography plan, since you get both Lightroom and Photoshop together in one subscription. But what I want to talk about in today's video is actually break down what the purpose of these two programs are and which ones you should use for your photo editing. Now, this video isn't to convince you of one program or the other. If you already have one that you're set on, then that's great. I just want to compare the basic photo editing capabilities between these two programs head to head. So how I'm going to compare these two programs is by going through my own workflow from importing, editing, and exporting, and see how the two programs compare to one another with the same set of images. So let's start things off with importing in Lightroom. Now, if you have never used Lightroom, here's how the importing process works. Essentially, you go to the import option, and then here you can select any set of folders from your computer and from any hard drive to then import into the program. So for example, in this situation, I actually have a set group of images that I want to compare, and then they will show up right here. Now, I've already imported them into the program, but you get the idea of how this works. Once all of your photos are selected, you click import, and then they will show up right here in your library module. Now, in the library module, you can do things such as view a single image. You can go through multiple photos to quickly see all of your photos in your folder, as well as you can add star ratings, flags, or color labels depending on how you want to sort all of your images. So for example, let's say I really like this photo, I'll flag it as a pic by pressing P. Now notice in my film strip, if I bring this a little bigger, you can see that there's now a little flag icon here. Now I can go to another few photos here, add another flag by pressing P, and then now I have two different flags. Now with these flags, I can filter my folders by going to the filter option and then going to flagged. And now I will only see those two flagged images that I selected. Now I talk about all of this in another video about how to sort and organize your photos in Lightroom, but what I want to show you here is the general idea of how you can sort photos in the library module of Lightroom right after you import them. So this makes life really easy so you can figure out which photos you want to work with before you edit them. Now you can also go and do the same things with star ratings. You can press 1 to 5 on your keyboard to add different star ratings, as you can see right down here, or you can add color labels to your images by pressing 6 through 9, or you can right click, go to set color label, and pick one of them here. So as you can tell, importing into Lightroom is pretty straightforward, and once you have everything imported, you can easily view your images and organize them so you can pick which ones you want to edit and which ones you don't. Now let's go and compare that to Photoshop. Here in Photoshop, let's go and open the same images as before. I'll go up to File and then Open, and then I'll go and select the images that I want to import. Now, when you import your photos into Photoshop, something called Camera Raw opens up here, and this will happen whenever you open raw images into the program, and basically you have a similar situation to what we had in Lightroom. What we have here is basically all of our photos that we can click on and view. We can also just use the arrow keys to toggle between all the different images. And then we can also sort our images using star ratings right down here. We can just click on a photo and add a star rating as we wish just by clicking on that. Or we can add a color label just by right clicking, going to set label, and then picking one of the colors as you see here. So a lot of the same things that are in Lightroom. Now, if we go and say add a few star ratings to a couple images here, we can go and filter those by clicking this filter icon, then filter the photos by star rating, and then just go to 1 star, for example. Now all of my 1 star and overrated images are visible here, and everything else is hidden away because it's not included in our filter options. So then from here, we can go and begin editing all of those photos that we liked while ignoring all the ones that we don't want to work with anymore. So as you can see, there's a lot of similarities between Lightroom and Camera Raw in terms of importing the photos. However, I would give the win in this situation to Lightroom just because it feels more organized to import your photos, as well as the library module has a lot of other options that are not found here in Camera Raw. To give you a bit more of an example, if I go to Lightroom again, I can go and add further adjustments in my library panel, such as quick develop options. I could quickly brighten the exposure, the vibrance, things like that. I can add keywords to my photos, so I can actually search for photos based on the keywords that I added to them. And then I can even edit my metadata for my photo, adding copyright information and things like that. Just the simplicity of all of this in Lightroom is why I think that organizing photos and importing is way better in Lightroom compared to Photoshop. It's not really a competition in this situation. So now that we have our photos imported, let's go and talk about actually editing the images. So since we're already here in Lightroom, let's go and edit one of our photos. So in Lightroom, we'll have to go to our develop module, and in the develop module, we have all of our settings here. Now I talk about all of these settings in other videos and how you can use them for different editing styles, but for now, I just want to show you that this is where they are, and you can basically edit your exposure, you can edit any of your colors, you can do all of that right here in the develop module. All of your settings are quickly accessible. Everything from exposure, color, sharpening, and whatever else. You can even do spot adjustments with the tools up here. Now, let's go and compare what kind of options we have over in Camera Raw, aka Photoshop. Here in Photoshop, we're starting where we left off. We have the selected images from our filter, and in Camera Raw, all of our adjustments are right here. I actually like to think of Camera Raw as like a mini Lightroom inside of Photoshop because almost all of the settings are identical. We have our basic exposure adjustments, we have our tone curve, we have sharpening adjustments, we have our HSL, color grading, all of the stuff that we saw in Lightroom, Camera Raw has as well. If you want to do any selective adjustments, those can be found right here. So basically, Lightroom and Camera Raw at this point are pretty tied up. In terms of actually editing your photo, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two, but that is actually only comparing Camera Raw. Wait until we open our image in Photoshop. So once we have finished here in Camera Raw, let's say that we're done with this image, we've done our adjustments, we're ready to bring it into Photoshop. I can go and click open on my image. Now I bring my photo into the actual Photoshop workspace, and now I have even more adjustments than I had in Lightroom. I'm no longer stuck to just that panel on the side. I now have all of my adjustment layers, as well as a bunch of different tools to make selections, dodge and burn adjustments, or add brush strokes to different parts of my photo to add different colors or glow effects and things like that. Now, just to give you an example of an adjustment layer, I can click on the curves adjustment, for example, and then I could just go and add some quick contrast just with the curves adjustment right here. It's really easy to do these types of things with the adjustment layers, so you have even more options than you had in Lightroom. So when it comes to actually editing your photo, although it is a relatively close battle, I would say that Photoshop does have the upper hand only because it has Camera Raw as well as all the tools inside of the Photoshop workspace. So if you want to have the most editing options possible, then Photoshop is going to be the tool for the job. Now, that isn't to say that Lightroom isn't capable. You can still make beautiful and amazing edits in the program, but just in terms of the amount of adjustment options you have, Photoshop does technically offer you more things to choose from. So now that we have edited our photo, let's go and jump into the exporting process. Now in Lightroom, the export process is super easy, and you can export one photo or a bunch of photos with the exact same process. So for example, let's go and select a few images that I want to export. Let's say I want to export this photo and to this photo. So I just held the shift key to select those different images. Now right now I'm in the develop module. You can export from the develop or the library module. But once your photos are selected, as you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, we can just go up to File and then down here to Export. Again, you can export one photo or multiple photos, it does not matter. Now in the export panel, you can go and choose your export location, you can change your file naming, your file settings, and all of the important exporting information depending on whether you're uploading to social media, for print, or whatever else you need to do. Every exporting option you could possibly need is right here in the Lightroom export panel. Now once you're done, all you have to do is click export. Your selected photos will export, whether that be 1 or 1,000 images, it doesn't matter. They will all export to your specific location, and then your editing process is complete. Now let's go and compare that to Photoshop. Now just for the sake of example, we're back here in Camera Raw because you can actually export your photos directly from Camera Raw. So if you just did these adjustments here, you could then just export your photos straight from Camera Raw and not ever go into Photoshop. So for example, let's say I wanted to export this image, and then I can hold the Command or Control key and click on this photo here, and now I can export my 2 selected images by going up to this little option right here, clicking that, I can now pick a destination, a file name, my format, which in this case I'll just choose JPEG, and then I can pick my quality, set any of my metadata options, color space, and a lot of the same things that we found in Lightroom. Now this is all great and dandy if you're working in Camera Raw, but most of the time you're gonna find yourself working in the Photoshop workspace. So let's actually go and open these two photos into the Photoshop workspace outside of Camera Raw and see how the exporting process works there. So with those two images selected, I'll go and click open. And now I have my two different images open here, as you can see in the different tabs. Now, if I want to export one of these photos, I'll just go up to File and then down here to Save a Copy. This is a new thing in Photoshop actually. And then we'll set our format to JPEG, and that's basically all the options we have. We don't have any of our metadata settings or things like that. Then we'll go and click Save, and then you can go and select your quality options, which is what you'd expect from any image exporting process. Now what you noticed here is that we only were able to actually export this one particular photo. I'll just press cancel in this example. If I pressed OK, I would only export this image that I have selected. Now what if you wanted to actually go and export multiple images at once that you have opened like you see here? Now you can do that, but it's a pretty big and roundabout way of doing things. It's not very efficient at all compared to what we just did in Camera Raw and Lightroom. So in terms of exporting, Photoshop does do a fine job, but it's usually not as streamlined as it is in Lightroom. Not to mention that once you actually make your edits, you have to save that project as a new file, whereas in Lightroom, everything is stored right there for you. So once you make an edit in Lightroom, your edit will stay there with the photo to find later on. With Photoshop, your edited file will be saved as a PSD file, which is going to be in a separate location from the original image, which can start becoming a nightmare to keep track of. I would say that Lightroom is the clear winner when it comes to exporting images, just because it's way more simple. So now that brings us into which program should you be using for your photo editing? And that answer isn't as simple as I wish it could be for this video, because it really does depend. Now I went through a process where I only use Lightroom, then I went through another stage where I only use Photoshop, and now I'm somewhere in between where I use Lightroom for the bulk of my work, but I still use Photoshop for some special types of adjustments. Now Lightroom is a great tool for photo editing, organizing images, and working with lots of images at once. So if you want to batch edit or batch export, you can do all of that stuff in Lightroom really easily. There's tons of editing options in the program, making an editing workflow pretty easy to put together for yourself. Now in Photoshop, there is a much steeper learning curve to the program because Camera Raw is relatively straightforward, but then once you go into the actual program of Photoshop, it then starts to get a lot more confusing because you're dealing with layers, adjustment layers, masks, different types of tools, and things that just aren't as easy as moving a slider like you do in Lightroom when you're editing a photo. Now with that said, all of those advanced features give you more options for things like spot removal adjustments or cutting out images, graphic design work, adding text, all the things that you can't really do very well in Lightroom. Photoshop makes up for that. So if I had to give you a single answer of which program you should be using right now, is it depends on what type of editing you want to accomplish. If you just want to do basic photo editing and you don't want to deal with having to learn an entire new program and all the little things that go into Photoshop, then I would recommend just staying in Lightroom, as you can get a ton of stuff done and still edit really beautiful photos in the program. However, if you want to have way more options so that you literally can create anything you want, Photoshop is going to be worthwhile for you. You can actually work between the two programs just like this. If I go into Lightroom, I can right click on any of my images and go to Edit In and then Adobe Photoshop. That will bring my photo into Photoshop, and then you can save your photo from Photoshop and it will come back into Lightroom with your Photoshop edits. Hopefully that made sense. So with this feature, you don't actually have to choose between one program or the other. You can take the best of both worlds, which is what I've found myself doing after flip-flopping back and forth between the two programs. What I've settled on is that using both is the perfect answer. Now, oddly enough, if you look at the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription options, it's actually cheaper to get Lightroom and Photoshop together than it is just to get Photoshop on its own. So in my mind, it's really not too hard of a decision because it doesn't impact your wallet that much whether you want Photoshop or not. In fact, it actually saves you money if you decide that you want to use both of the programs together. So I hope that gives you a little more insight of what these two programs can do for you and which one is going to work best for your particular photo editing. Again, if you just want a simple and straightforward option, there's no problem with sticking with Lightroom. However, if you want way more adjustment options and literally being able to do anything with your photo, from graphic design, composite images, or just regular photo editing, then using both of the programs together is definitely the ultimate solution. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it and what you like to use for your photo editing and why, so let me know down in the comments below. Now, if you're new to either of these programs, then make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as I share weekly tips on how to use Lightroom and Photoshop. So if these programs are confusing to you, all of my videos are gonna make it a lot more clear. So with that, my name's Brendan from BeWellCreative.com, and I'll catch you back here next time for another new tutorial. See you then.